elimination match. I believe this is losers round 2 in our tournament.
That is correct. Unfortunately, both runners were sent down by in the second round of the winners bracket, it looks like. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Kuumba was sent down by Squidman, who we just saw, and Prodigy was sent down by Stuffin' Things. Both runners had won their first round losers bracket matches, but unfortunately, they're up against each other, and one's going to move on, one's unfortunately going to be done, as we see Prodigy going into a fairly standard starting stage, and Kuumba looks like he's in Metal Man stage.
Yeah, I believe so. Usually starts at Metal Man. Thinking because maybe there's 2 E-tanks and he doesn't really care to go for... Like you're gonna miss a zip somewhere, right? So, starting off, most of the time. Unless you go Flash, I guess. But yeah, so Kuumba's in Metal. Prodigy is in Quick. And both of these guys, by choosing the stages, are going to sacrifice a zip, as Metal Man has a zip in the beginning of the stage, and so does Quick, but Quick, you have to have Flash Stopper or Time Stopper, and you also have to have Item 1, and assuming that the Item 1 is good, because the randomizer does randomize Item 1 behavior as well. And Prodigy first into a boss room, we're finding Bubble Man here.
Ooh, this is a little rough. Bubble Man's not giving Prodigy any room to maneuver here, just almost staying on his head there. But Prodigy gets through it, and Kuumba's going to get to the end of the Metal Man stage and find Heat Man.
Yeah, Bubble Man was a little huggy there. Found a way to make him not as huggy. Get some buster shots in there. That could have been a really bad situation. Yeah, he makes it through and he's gonna head to Flash Man. That looked like he picked up an item. Kuumba, on the other hand, is gonna finish off Heat Man. Might be a little hard to tell if he gets one or not due to little latency issues with the stream, but you know, there's some things you can't help nothing about.
Yeah, hopefully we get a...
He does get an item.
Looks like he's getting an item, and it's item 3.
The stream was nice to us.
Yeah, at least we caught that part of Kuumba's slideshow mode, and we were able to see that it was item 3 that he picked up, as Prodigy's already making his way through. That's Flashman, and Kuumba has gone into Woodman, which is another stage that I would consider not entirely one that I would pick at the start, but with item 3, I don't think that's going to be a big issue because of being able to pull off the zip for Kuumba having item 3.
Right, yeah. I actually noticed that in another race. I think his previous race against Squidman. He went wood second after finding an early item.
Unfortunately for Prodigy, he got... fell victim to some bird droppings and was not able to pick up the E-Tank in the Flashman stage, but we find... Is that Crashman?
No, sir, that is Flashman in his own stage. Is this even randomized? LOL.
Those are the two that I have so much trouble with for some reason, telling them apart, but it looks like Kuumba's in the middle of the Goodwood zip here, and he will basically show us in slide by slide here how to deposit yourself into the abyss, but get warped to the boss stage.
He did make it out, and Prodigy actually making it Flashman, he does find item 1. The best way to tell the difference between Flash and Crash is you see Crash when he comes in, he has the 2 cones for hands, or drills, and he's got that funny little helmet that, to me, it looks like a sad clock or something. Like, I don't know. maybe not a sad clock, but if you're familiar with the Mega Man 2 Game Boys, it kind of looks like that clock.
Huh, okay.
Or a sad
we
hat.
have, it looks like Kuumba's found 2 of our 4 bosses that are going to take 4 damage, as that was a pretty quick crash fight.
Yeah, and Prodigy is sticking with Stage 3 Air, which we actually, I believe, saw at a Metalo in one of the releases earlier today. But yeah, Prodigy's been doing this, at least his last race, Kame Sinen, we saw him go Stage 3 Air at least twice. So I suppose he likes to get it out of the way. And it's not exactly the hardest stage, but it can give you a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, without any kind of items, I guess Prodigy felt that having item 1 was enough to have a go at this particular stage, because he definitely used item 1 very liberally in the beginning of the stage, and getting a couple health power-ups there.
Yeah, I've seen him go in here without item 1. Always a good cushion going on the stage because of those pits and some of the enemy patterns you can get. I mean, if you're getting hit and you fall back, Mega Man's knockback will put you into a pit, but the item 1 kind of makes you a little safer in doing the stage. And yeah, he makes quick work of Airman and Airman stage. Good stuff to him.
Wow, that's 2 bosses so far. You forgot to shuffle into the deck there, big boy.
Hey, I just generate. I didn't shuffle cards. I leave that to the seed generator. Sometimes
okay.
It gives not so favorable results. I don't know. Sure it does. I mean, hey, the colors are all different. It's still randomized.
I see. Well, Prodigy was able to dispose of Airman fairly quickly. Airman decided to be nice and not bother putting any of his air shooter shots in the way of Mega Man just laying into him with the Buster.
Yeah, and meanwhile, not to forget Kuumba. Flash picked up item 1, so he's on his way to crash.
And we see the Bubble Man zip done by Prodigy, so he'll skip a fairly treacherous part of the stage, assuming that nothing bad happens in the rest of it. Because unfortunately, if you get sent back to the checkpoint, you get sent back to the beginning of this vertical side-scrolling stage. Now, it looks like we have Kuumba zipping through the Crashman stage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's going to skip the 3 elevator screens ahead and checkpoint. Assuming all goes according to plan, which it does. While Prodigy figures out how to make Metal Man not throw his blades. Nice little manip in this stage, at least. I've noticed that you can make him do that pretty consistently.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Kuumba's stage there, and it looks like he's having a little trouble with the prop tops there. And we see a Fan Fiend showing up.
Yeah, you might have misplaced item 3 a little bit on the flying to scroll back down the screen, but now he's going back up. It looks like he's not having that much trouble. Oh, and I say that, and I see him missing item 2 again. Sorry, Kuumba. It wasn't me, I promise.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kuumba seems to be in slideshow mode. But hopefully we'll get through it, as Prodigy's probably going to try to pull off... Well, actually, it looks like he's not going for the Woodman Zip. I guess he does not have item 3 yet.
Right, but he could technically do it with item 1. Maybe he doesn't have quick boomerang and he doesn't... Or either that or he just doesn't feel comfortable in doing it. It is a race, so... And I know I was racing Prodigy quite a bit while I was in the tournament as practice races. That most of the time he normally doesn't go for it unless he feels comfortable. So he must not feel that comfortable doing it this time.
Kuumba definitely seemed to feel comfortable, as it looks like... Oh, Kuumba picks up item 2, as it looked like he was up against Woodman at the end of the Crashman stage.
Yeah, and he actually has 2 quicker levels in his last 4 here, as he's got Quick Man and Bubble Man, but he still has to do Heat and Air, which we'll find him in Heat stage. Prodigy is dealing with the Crash Man and Wood, and he will pick up item 3 now.
Yeah, unfortunate that he picks up item 3 to... No, I thought Metal Man was item 3.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking Wood.
Are you thinking about the vanilla game here? This is a randomizer.
I was just predicting ahead, because I knew Prodigy was about to go to Metal Man item 3. That's what he was trying to do right
now. Looks like Prodigy's leaning a little bit on the Leaf Shield here to get him through this particular section. It seems to be fairly effective dealing with the Metroids.
I'm kind of curious why he didn't. Maybe it doesn't stay on the screen. I wouldn't pay much attention during his Airman stage. Maybe it doesn't stay on screen that long.
It didn't look like it moved at all. It just looked like it was a stationary platform.
No, I'm pretty sure it moved, because Kuumba used it to get... you have to have a moving one to get the Crash Man. And Kuumba used it, or at least on the second screen. And I saw Kuumba use it on the second screen to get the Crash Man.
Okay. I mean, I know Kuumba's very capable of pulling off the Crashman Zip with a non-moving item 1. I've seen him do it multiple times.
Yes, indeed. Which actually, because you know, it looks cool and it's, but yeah, I didn't get this. I think I got to showcase it once in a race, but I don't think it was the turn. Prodigy gonna find Heat Man, and Kuumba's gonna make it out of Heat Man's.
Yeah, we found Quick Man at the end of Kuumba's Heat Man stage. So Kuumba has Quick Man, Airman, and Bubble Man, compared to Prodigy finishing off Metal Man, and now having Heat Man and Crash Man, which I think are the favorites for the 2 stages that I would want to do last.
Right, but yeah, you gotta look at it though. Kuumba's got Quick and Bubble, and those are pretty quick stages compared to Crash and Heat, which are a little longer. So, I mean, it's hard to tell who's in the lead, even though, say, Prodigy does have the Robot Master count.
Oh yeah, item 1 does move, but very slowly.
Ah, okay, that's what it was. That's why Prodigy didn't go for Metal Zip. Although I bet you could have probably pulled that off. It seems like it stays on screen long enough.
Yeah, it does seem to last, but I guess Prodigy made the decision that it wasn't worth giving it a try. He'd probably lose more time than what he would gain, so... Well, I guess it's something that if we remember we can ask him about, but we'll see Prodigy make fairly short work of the Crashman stage, skipping the most treacherous part of it with the 3 elevators. Oh, rejected.
Ouch, that one looked like it hurt.
And Kuumba seems to be to the end of the Quickman stage, and he'll be up against Bubbleman.
Right, but we've got to keep in mind, because of his latency issues at the moment, it looks like what we're seeing on screen is about 15 to 20 seconds behind where Prodigy actually is. See, as it says 15:24, he's about 10 seconds now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been going between 5, 10, sometimes 15 seconds, and it's really a little difficult. Like right now, he's starting into Airman, and the timer is almost exactly even with Prodigy. But it does fall out of sync every once in a while, and Prodigy's gonna have to use an E-Tank here, otherwise he's gonna get bodied by Woodman.
Right on, and he's out of the 7th. He's got Heatman.
So we have Kuumba rushing through Airman, with Bubbleman left on deck. Prodigy still has one of the longest stages left in Heatman, as he's just finished off Crashman. So that's basically our race to the beginning of the Wily 1 stage at this point for both of our runners.
Blue Dragon, Crash Week. Oh wait, we're not there yet.
Yeah, come on now. There's a time and place for everything, and you're getting a little ahead of yourself there.
Of course. Yeah, Prodigy starting off in this Heatman stage is gonna find Chanky Makers and Tin Can guys, which aren't the worst to deal with here.
Well, he also knows that the Leaf Shield is an effective deterrent against tin cans in this particular seed. So we'll see how Prodigy sets up item 3 here. It looks like this should be relatively free because there's nothing in the way, and off he goes.
Yes, sir. And speaking of off he goes, Kuumba is out of the Airman stage. He's on his last stage now. So yeah, this is pretty close.
Yeah, we've got Prodigy with the back end of the Heatman stage. And it looks like he'll make it to the 8th boss door faster than Kuumba will, as Kuumba has just started the Bubbleman stage.
Right on, we find Quickman in there. And quick he is to go down.
Yeah, he was another one of the Buster Week enemies. With the Robot Masters, just so anybody in chat that doesn't know, 4 of the Robot Masters have a weakness to the Buster Shot that will provide 4 points of damage, where the other 4 will take 2 points of damage. And a little before 19 minutes in, we have Prodigy getting into Wily 1 first, which is a little bit of a surprise to me.
Blue Dragon, weak to Crash. Okay, I think I did it at the right time.
Alright, explain yourself.
Oh, yeah. We always guess what color the dragon is stage because it's fun. That's the... So, what color is the dragon? Blue Dragon, weak to Crash. Kappa. We'll see. But that's what I'm going with. Which, actually, in last race, I was Gemini, which can't be a thing because, you know, Gemini Man's in Mega Man 3. not Mega Man 2. That would be kind of cool to see other robot weaknesses in this game. Randomized in. Like, you go to Bubble Man stage and, hey, Top Man's there, and it's like, whoa, what happened here? But yeah, I think that'd be pretty hard to program.
Alright, I'm gonna go Pink Dragon Bubble Lead.
Alright. I can dig it.
And we have Prodigy not shying away from using item 1 here in the Wily 1 stage. This might come back and cause an issue, but Prodigy's using the Flash Stopper to bypass a Chanky Maker, which could easily knock him off a ledge. Kuumba is
they're still
taking on Metal Man.
He's either still in Metal Man or he's already in Wily 1. You just haven't seen.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's
Blue Dragon!
Oh, well done, sir.
I got excited.
Well, it's definitely not the Buster. Doesn't look like it's a Heat Shot. Oh, we have Air Shooter.
Air will work.
And unfortunately, Kuumba's got a little bit of issue with the internet there, but hopefully we'll see exactly where he is. It looks like he's about a minute behind, as his timer's showing 20 minutes. At least a minute behind in the fact that Prodigy got in at 19 minutes. Kuumba got in.
Possibly be like already done with the dragon as well.
That's entirely true. Once his stream catches up, you know, he could be done with the Wily 1 stage all the same. But we'll see where he ends up being. Unfortunately, right now, we can only go with what we have, and you know, it looks like Kuumba's slideshow mode. I'm actually surprised Prodigy's not trying to refill his item 1. Doesn't seem interested in checking the crash walls either.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's got a good opponent. He has to. So I wouldn't blame him. You know, just skipping things like checking the crash wall. Because, I mean, technically, once you get the Wily 4, you might not even need to know what the crash walls are weak to. So, I mean,
that kind of true. But
it's kind of a gamble to check them.
Yeah, it is risk versus reward. But do you think it's part of having, you know, picking up that E-Tank? I know he has 2 right now, but do you think you feel better having 3 compared to 2, or do you say, all right, well, I have 2, that's plenty to get through till the end of the game?
If I have 1 E-Tank, but that's just me personally. Unless I'm just feeling that uncomfortable. Oh, that position Kuumba's in, looks like he might have fell to the dragon. Or not the dragon, sorry. Fell...
Yeah, fell off the item 1.
Yes. That's what I meant. Yeah, Prodigy makes it through Pico Pico. So that's good to see.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a reprieve there is the Buster itself was one of the weaknesses for the Picotan robot, and Prodigy's into Wily 3, as it looks like Kuumba is scaling back up the Wily 1 stage, but his timer is unfortunately about 2.5 minutes behind at this point.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on SRL while you know, see who dots duns first, as his feed's not giving us an accurate
description. Yeah, he just kind of you blinked once, and he was down at the checkpoint. You blink again, and now he's on the platforms with the dragon, taking on the dragon here. Well, hopefully it'll sort itself out, and we'll see where exactly Kuumba is compared to Prodigy in the...
Right, but Prodigy's finding this, well, that's a pretty wicked-looking guts dozer. But check out his arm. It's got, like, battle scars on it. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that does look neat. Was that quick boomerang I saw that Prodigy used to take down the guts dozer?
Yep, yep, you're right on. So at 23:12, it looks like Kuumba's making it out of Wily 1, headed to Wily 2, which is actually a good 3 minutes behind where Prodigy's at. So assuming that, you know, they're still, I mean, obviously live, they're at the same spot. My estimation, probably around the beginning of Wily 4 is where Kuumba probably is. I think this race is probably going neck and neck.
And Wily 3, because Prodigy's at Wily 4 right now.
Right, but I'm saying in real time, because what we're seeing from him is 3 minutes behind, or 2 minutes behind.
Yeah, true. I mean, I almost think Kuumba took a death to the dragon, perhaps. You know, again...
That could be a thing.
Speculation, because Kuumba ended up back down at the checkpoint, and it looks like Prodigy's... oh, he did make it through the first elevator board.
So we see Kuumba at 25:30 fighting Pico. So, and Prodigy's a minute and a half from there in Wily 4. I'd say it takes about a minute to get through Wily 3. So yeah, they're probably pretty close. Prodigy taking the damage boost off the Pure Robot. Clown guys.
Well, that's true. LB Creed pointing out in chat that Kuumba may have tried for a zip and failed it. As we see, Kuumba's in Wily 3 at least, and
yeah, the vertical
still a little more than a minute behind. Prodigy looks to be trying to test the Leaf Shield and Metal Blade, excuse me, and that doesn't seem to be effective for either the Crash Wall or the Boo Beam turrets. Ooh, Leaf Shield is our Crash Wall weakness. And it looks like about 27.5 minutes in, Kuumba's at Wily 4, just like you said, so this may well be a lot closer than I thought it would be, but...
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes him to get through Wily 4, as Prodigy makes it out at 29 minutes flat, pretty much, is when the boss kill happened. It was early 28:59, I think. But
yeah,
the
29 minutes just for ease of comparison. So Kuumba's looking at about a little over a minute to get through Wily 4 as Prodigy's beginning the boss refights.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this. Sorry, I'll chat to see who makes it out first. I want to see this. This is pretty close.
Gonna be, you know, the real decider of who wins and who loses as to who dots duns first. But that's almost like trying to watch paint dry because not much is happening in the SRL channel right now.
Yeah, but I imagine for us being bystanders, it might be like that. But for the runners themselves, what, like, say Prodigy's in the refights, and he's probably watching that chat just as strong as he was probably watching it too. But try to see who .duns first.
Yeah, I think that's an unfortunate side effect of running, is that you're always kind of looking over your shoulder at the SRL chat and hoping that you don't see that .done before you finish up.
Hey, but these guys are on really good pace, to be fair. I mean, 30 minutes, 31 minute refights, like, this could be like a 33 pace game right now.
Yeah, this is definitely got all the fixins for a really good time. If Prodigy can get out of the refights, I mean, if he can take down the Wily machine within the next minute or so, I mean, he's definitely got, you know, the chance to just run right through Victory Road and take on the alien and pull off a 33 whatever kind of time.
Maybe even a high 32, like a 32.50. I'm gonna say 32.53.
Oh, now we're guessing the times that the runners are going to end up on. Okay.
I mean, we guess colors of dragons and aliens and stuff, and
sure,
weaknesses
why not?
everywhere. I mean, I'm gonna say 32.53. Final answer.
Well, we'll see if you're right there. As Prodigy goes up against the Wily machine, and to exactly no one's surprise, it's weak to the Buster. I'm actually somewhat surprised that Prodigy did not use any of the weapon item refills.
Perhaps he's confident with the amount of ammo he has. I personally haven't kept too much track, trying to guesstimate about, you know, where Kuumba is standing versus Prodigy. Which
Well,
Kuumba did
right
get
now,
the,
we see Kuumba in the boss room, and we know Prodigy got there and finished at 29 flat, and his timer's showing that he's going to be at 30 minutes or worse getting out of the Boo Beam turret section. So we know Prodigy's about a minute ahead at this point, as he went right into Victory Road. Now we'll see what the alien has in store for us.
Well, I was wrong. I said 30.
Well, it was 32:53 to get to the final boss door. You know, I'll give you that much, but
small victories.
Oh, it looks like we have the bubble lead as the alien's weakness here.
And yeah, that's done for Prodigy. Official SRL time of 33 minutes and 25 seconds, improving his personal best race time by 45 seconds. Congratulations to Prodigy, and winning the match. Or, excuse me, winning the round.
Yeah.
Not the match.
Unfortunately, this is a best 2 out of 3 match, Charlie boy. I don't know.
I meant this race. Winning this race. It's been a while since I've done one of those. Just kidding. Oh man,
it's all good. That's all right.
Tongue-tied here.
You know, not everybody can commentate with me. You know, I understand you're nervous. It's okay.
Oh yeah, that's completely what it is. Commentating with the great Frico. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Exactly.
Can hardly contain it.
But it looks like Kuumba at about 30 minutes and about 40 seconds found his way out of the Boo Beam turret fight and he'll be headed into the boss refights now. But as we already know, in the SRL room, Prodigy finishing first with the 33-25, and now we'll see it's just a matter of time before Kuumba ends up finishing and putting an end to Game 1 here. It looks like Prodigy, having good taste in Mega Man X games, is going to fire up a little Mega Man X4 while we get everything situated for Game 2. Yeah, I am going to have to disagree with Prodigy's choice of characters here. He's definitely picked the second best character in this game. But it looks like Kuumba's making his way through the refights.
All right, let me get these guys another.
Oh, that's all right. Kuumba's unfortunately in slideshow mode, so we get like a little bit of a recap of what actually happened for most of these fights here.
Right, yeah. I don't really want to ruin it because I do what time he finished.
Yeah, we do have a done by Kuumba, but you know, it's no good if you just skip right to the back page of the book and read only that one.
Right, so we'll let you guys at least watch what's somewhat happened. All right, let me distribute these guys this right.
All right, so Charlie Boy's going to duck out for a bit and take care of all of the tournament organizer duties that... Oh, wow, we just had Kuumba warp from the Wily refights and magically appear in the alien fight. And it looks like there we go for Kuumba. That's a official SRL time of 35 minutes and 13 seconds for Kuumba here. And that's going to put an end to Game 1 with Prodigy taking it down. That's going to, unfortunately, put Kuumba one game away from being eliminated from the tournament, as this is a winner-go-home match here between the two. Prodigy taking Game 1. And hopefully we'll get everything set up for Game 2 and get that underway as quickly as possible. Well, it looks like Prodigy's at least got our seed for Game 2 going. And we'll see where Kuumba is. Hopefully we'll look into the slideshow mode that Kuumba's been unfortunately.
You know, I mean, I sometimes you just can't do anything. Like, could be bad weather, could be there's a multitude of things that could happen, right? Like, I usually have pretty good internet myself, and I've dropped frames in tournament matches as well. Like, say, even to the point of a slideshow myself in the Game Boy tournament against one of the guys over there. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that it happens in tournaments, but we'll do our best to keep you guys informed where Kuumba is in the race with Prodigy, as we'll be commentating on both these guys, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to, speak ill of Kuumba. Stuff happens. This is not the first time Kuumba has engaged slideshow mode, unfortunately, in the tournament. As in the qualifiers, he had issues as well. But at the end of the day, they're putting on a show for everybody to watch, and all I can do is say, thank you to Kuumba for even doing this in the first place, as well as Prodigy. Otherwise, we wouldn't have very much to commentate on in the first place. But right now, it looks like Kuumba's looking a little bit better now, as we can see his screen is at least moving now.
Don't commentary curse it. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know. It's just, hey, I gotta say it, And then, of course, once we get the first stage going, it'll end up going right back into slideshow. But it looks like
let's hold on.
We're gonna be playing a little Dragon Warrior here by what it looks like the attract mode is here.
Yeah, and they're going to Uganda today. I just had to do that.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I think we were playing Shadow, or I think it's Shadow of the Warrior was the scroll in the first game, and that was in Portugal, I believe.
Yes.